We basically bowl for fun. It's enjoyable, relaxing. Sometimes we bowl and sometimes we just throw the ball down the alley. You're never sure what's going to happen. I remember it very well. They said, there's something in your abdomen or something there that doesn't look right. Then I had a colonoscopy done, but it was at the point where I had a total blockage and they couldn't even do the colonoscopy, and they said, you're going to hospital immediately, you have to have surgery. So had the surgery, and then they told me that most likely with this type of problem, you're going to find some cancer cells. And they did, so then I had my first round of chemotherapy. I had 2 rounds of chemotherapy, and the first time I had to wear a pump for 48 hours. It just didn't feel like bowling, you were felt a little beat up, so instead of participating, you just had to go and sit and watch, so you did miss it, yeah. So then I started a second round of chemotherapy. My tumor had gone down, it had shrunk, it was better, and my numbers were improved. But apparently it still was not all going, and as soon as I stopped the treatment, it came back, which then is when I got to the point where instead of continuing the chemo, I may be looking into doing the radiation with Dr. Desai. My wife and I went in and we sat down and talked with him. Oh, it was almost an hour. And I'll never forget this. He said to me, did you ever see your scans? And I said, no. So he pulled them up on the computer, and he just took me right down, down there. Here's this and here's that. And then he got to a point down in my lower abdomen. He says, right there's that tumor. He says, I think I can get that thing.
I knew exactly the spot that I was targeting. And I also knew that it's not really close to any critical structures that I would worry about. And so based on that, I was pretty confident that it's not going to cause a whole lot of side effects. It's a form of focused radiation where we focus all the radiation energy at one spot and try to treat or kill the tumor with a very few treatments. And that's the beauty of SBRT. If you've seen sci-fi movies, you see all these lasers coming from different directions and they all point to one spot and they literally burn a hole there. For a layman, I think that's exactly what Stereotactic does. You have radiation coming in from different directions, focusing on the one spot, on the cancer, getting rid of it.
Then he explained to me the radiation process, and he said, what we're looking at is probably 5 treatments. You can either come in every day, maybe you want to take a little break, come in every other day. So, basically in a 2-week period, I was finished, Apparently he knew what he was talking about, because I'm feeling pretty good now, and my numbers and everything's looking good.
We started monitoring his, blood markers to see how he's doing. And initially, there was a little bit of a spike. And then we noticed that it started trending down, and it came back really down. So the last blood count we did, it's really low now, which is close to normal.
I don't quite score like I used to, but sometimes you can blame it on the lanes too,
I feel absolutely thrilled, every time I see him. In fact, actually, every time I see a patient in a follow-up and I look at their scans and I see that everything is doing great, I absolutely love it. I enjoy it. That's what makes this job so worthwhile.
Overall, I thought I received excellent care, really. And I think he's a very good doctor, and I like the guy. My bookie's all right.